Hi, my name is Brian Staley, and I'm going to talk briefly about the importance of public relations and communication in school districts. I've been teaching for a while now, and as my career has progressed, I have realized how important this communication plays a role in school districts. And healthy school districts, well, successful ones, communicate both within the building with everybody, with the teachers and the students and admin, but also outside the building with the community at large, with taxpayers, with the school boards. And I've also been in districts where communication is a major issue, and it always leads to bad relations and stress and poor morale. So first of all, I would just like to address why I do public relations. And ultimately, I guess, generally, is to communicate the vision of the district. What are we here for? What are our goals, and how we're going to do that? But that's not the only, that's a major macro kind of way to communicate. But there are other reasons. To promote the school. Today school choice is a very real thing between online cybers and charter schools. Public relations is important to make sure that your school is known to be a good one. And kids want to go there, parents want to go there, parents want to move to your district. More than ever today, communication must concern itself with the safety and security of a school. I think in current society, this may be one of the major expectations parents may have of a school and a school district, is to really communicate what they're doing to make sure that their kids are safe in school. Also to inform and educate stakeholders in the school, and by that I mean if there is a change coming, if the school's going to do something different, that everybody in the school knows. Build confidence in the school that everybody in there believes what they're doing is worth it. Compete for students and dollars, and by dollars I mean there are grants, there are funds, there's Title I, Title III. There are many, many ways a school needs money, as well as money from the community, and that involves the school board and taxpayers. And then listen to the needs and demands of the community. I'll stress this later, but it can't be a one-way street. It has to go both ways. You have to listen to the stakeholders of the community and not just talk to them. And who are these stakeholders? I'm talking about, on the left side, I think there's what people might jump to initially: admin, teachers, students, staff, parents, and families. These, of course, are important players in a school district. However, community members, business leaders, taxpayers, elected officials, and the school board play a major role. My district just settled. We were without a contract for a little while, and I really saw how important it was to communicate with the taxpayers and the business leaders and the school board during this time. It kind of got a little ugly, and sometimes that was as a result of miscommunication. An impact of relationships, the growth of the school. If you communicate well, the school can grow. The morale of the staff. There's nothing worse than a staff full of teachers that feel like they're not being heard by admin. It's the number one way that things go sideways in schools, in my experience. Financial security of the school, again, acquiring funds. Stability of employment. If you are an administrator and you cannot communicate, or accused of not being able to communicate, you may not be an administrator for long. And ultimately, if you do communication, it should all lead to the success of students. At the end of the day, that is what we're here for. Poor communication. These are some things I've seen that lead to poor communication. The school just sees communication as just a way to provide information. It is more than that. It's a conversation. It's likewise reactive. It can't just be communicating when something bad happens. You have to get out in front of it. You have to be proactive. You have to find the voice of the community, find the voice of the stakeholders. Undefined roles and responsibilities. Who says what when? If there's two different things being communicated, that leads to problems. And experience. A lot of admin and a lot of teachers and a lot of people in schools don't come from communication background, don't know business things like that, and have to be trained. And if they don't, they can make errors because of inexperience. And like I said before, one way, schools can't dictate just the message. They have to hear the message. Just as a teacher can't just speak down to the students, they hear and see what the students need. A district must hear and see and understand the needs of the community. and hear them. So what can you do? Have a plan. You can't just say it's going to happen. Communicate successes and challenges. You want to promote your district, but at the same time, you want to bring up the challenges. You cannot ignore it. Transparency is always the way to go. Discipline and safety, these two are the most things with parents. They want to know discipline is happening, safety is secure. Personalize. Can't just be email blast, text blast. At the end of the day, admin, principals have to be able to talk one-on-one. Focus on staff morale. Unhappy teachers make for an unhappy school. Emphasize common, comfortable words. Don't speak in jargon. Don't IEP access 504 people to death. Of course, this is common vocabulary in education, but when you're speaking to the community at large, it has to be in words that everybody understands. Involve all community members, not just teachers and admin. It's got to be more than that. And again, two-way street. So that is my presentation. It's a little short on the words, but I was always taught when you do a PowerPoint, you should speak more and have fewer words to look at on the screen, and that's what I'm sticking with. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.